Today I'm going to be making peanut butter cookie stuffed peanut butter chip cookies. These are the ingredients you're going to need. You're going to need 1 cup of butter cold.
It's in the wrong spot.
I know, I didn't put these in the right spot. You need 1 cup of brown sugar. You need ½ cup of granulated sugar, 2 eggs, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. In this bowl, we have a lot of dry ingredients. I have put 1½ cups of cake flour, 1½ cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and ½ teaspoon of salt. So all those dry things are in this bowl. You will need 1 cup of peanut butter chips plus a little bit more, which I have more in the bag. You need 12 crushed peanut butter cookies. I bought the Great Value, and it's nice because you get 3 rows of 12. So we're going to be using 2 rows, and there will be a whole row left to enjoy. But you want a crushed 12, and then you want to you're going to use 12 later. So the first thing you want to do, like I have all my ingredients put together like I told you, just take a whisk and just whisk that stuff together. But the first thing we're going to do after that is we're going to take our butter, and we're going to cream together the cold butter. The butter needs to be cold. Cold butter, brown sugar, and granulated sugar. Next, I'm going to add my eggs in one at a time, and then I'm going to add in my vanilla. Make sure you scrape down your bowl. So I'm going to scrape down my bowl, and then I'm going to mix it for just a second. And then I'm going to start adding in my bowl of flour, my dry ingredients, and just spoon that in until it's all incorporated. Okay, so I'm gonna let Kevin, I'm gonna allow him to do this next part. You want to stir in the crumbs, the cookie crumbs. And we just take like a mallet or a hammer, or you could take a rolling pin or whatever to crush your cookies up.
These cookies are a little harder than an Oreo. An Oreo, you can actually just do it by hand.
Right.
These are a little harder, so.
So take these and then take your chips and then just stir this in. And then once he gets this stirred in, we have a cover for this bowl, but if you don't have a cover, just put plastic wrap over it. And then you're gonna put it in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes. When you get down to like when you have 15 minutes left, then go ahead and preheat your oven. And you want to preheat your oven to 375 degrees, and you want to line 2 cookie sheets. I like to use parchment paper. I like to use the Reynolds baking sheets, parchment paper. So just make sure that you preheat your oven before your 30 minutes is up. My dough is chilled and my oven is preheated to 375. I have my pans over here like I told you with the parchment paper. I also have my kitchen scale, and we are going to weigh this dough because we want to get 12 big cookies out of this. So I want to weigh the dough. Does it need to be in grams?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to weigh the dough and then divide it by 12 so that we can see how much each cookie is supposed to weigh.
Makes things so much more reliable.
Yes, I really like doing that. And I told Kevin I didn't grow up doing that at all, making cookies. But I think it's a great idea if you want to get an equal amount. I think it's the smartest thing to do. As long as that doesn't fall over, we're okay. I feel like I'm making a peanut butter Christmas tree here. Okay, we're almost got it all. Okay. So we have 1,366 grams divided by 12. 1,366. How much?
114 roughly.
114?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to put all this
Back in the bowl.
back in here.
Back in the bowl? Back in the bowl.
Okay, so we're going to 114?
Yep.
Okay.
113.8, but
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna do this with each one. I'm going to put 6, I'm gonna form it into balls, and I'm gonna put 6 cookies on each baking sheet, but I will speed this up so that you don't have to wait for me to do it all. Want to do is you want to take this apart like this, flatten it with your hand, take one of your peanut butter cookies like this, and then put this part on top, and you want to like seal it in on the sides just like that. So take it, half it, flatten it out, put the cookie on the inside, put this on the top. So I'm going to do this with all 12 cookies. Finish these up. I just have a couple more to go. I've got 4 more to go to be exact. And you want to bake these for 12 to 14 minutes. What you do is you put them in the oven for half the time, and then you're gonna rotate the pans around in the halfway point, and then you're gonna bake them the rest of the time. So the total time, it'll be like, you want to go for like 7 minutes, and then 6 minutes, and then they'll be ready to go. So I'll show you what they look like when they come out. The cookies have been out of the oven. I baked them for 7 minutes. I rotated the pan, and then I baked them for 6 additional minutes. So I'm going to take them. They've been cooling for 10 minutes. So I set a timer for another 10 minutes. They look like little hats to me or something like that. Yeah, because they're still, you can see where that cookie would be. So I'm going to move them over here, but then I'm going to keep my parchment paper because I'm going to lay this tray on this parchment paper. Because what I want to do is I want to make a peanut butter glaze to go over the top. And so I'm going to set it in here like this. I'm going to do the same thing with the other one, but I'll show you what I have here because I didn't show this in the beginning. So this is a 4th cup of shortening, and I'm going to put it with my half cup of the peanut butter chips. And I'm going to microwave this, and we're just going to microwave it a little bit at a time, and then we're going to stir it occasionally until it is melted, and then we're going to bring it back and we're going to put it over the top of the cookies. We microwaved this mixture for about 30 seconds total, and it was very runny. So we let it sit for 10 minutes and it thickened up really nice. These have a cookie in the center, one of those peanut butter cookies. I want to show you what it looks like. Oh yeah, there you go. So you can really see that cookie. Okay, we have our cookies. And hopefully it's good. I'm gonna try some of the cookie without any of the peanut butter in the middle. It has a nice bake on the bottom.
That is a really nice peanut butter flavor, just without anything. Even without the cookie in the middle.
Even without the cookie in the middle.
Yeah.
Well, we mixed in the crumbs.
Yeah, you get the crumbled up one, and you have chips.
The chips, yeah.
Makes I mean, that would be an excellent just peanut butter cookie, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
it would without doing the stuff part.
Yeah.
Now I'm wondering, how hard is that going to be to bite through? That middle part?
Not at all. That glaze is nice. It uses that shortening them, so it makes it a little bit oily.
Right.
Still, it's nice. It just makes a little bit of an oily texture.
You could probably use butter. But we had the shortening, so.
Butter's going to be oily too.
That's true. I think you could use the same amount of butter. But just know, when you melt it, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is almost like as runny as water. And that's because that's what I thought. And we were like, well, wonder if we let it sit for about 10 minutes if it would firm up, and it did.
And it may not even need that long. You probably do it in 5 minutes.
That is a really nice stuffed cookie. Very nice. I'm a peanut butter fanatic, so I love it.
I think if you hated peanut butter, of course, you wouldn't eat it. But I think if you're just okay with peanut butter, I think you'd like it. Because it's very sweet, has a really nice peanut butter flavor. You really taste the cookie part. That's what the Great Value peanut butter cookies, that's what it tastes like.
And the reason I bought those is because they're round. But honestly, they're just as good.
Yeah, they used to make round
Nutter butter.
Nutter butters, but we couldn't
But I
find
didn't
them.
see, because I looked, I was going to get Nutter butter. But I did not see any. They only had the peanut shaped Nutter butter. And I think they had the wafer ones, yeah, but they did not have the round Nutter butter. So
you could probably do the peanut shaped ones, but they would be kind of oval shaped cookies.
They do have them, I know, in the mini ones, the mini Nutter butter ones. Like,
you could take a couple of those and stick in there.
You could, but I mean, why not buy the Great Value?
Great Value is just as good.
Yeah, it's just as good. I think this is a very nice cookie. If you like peanut butter at all, I think this is a great cookie. I will put the link below to this recipe, but just know we have made the original recipe calls for Oreo cookies
and white chips.
The second recipe we did Biscoff. We did Lotus Biscoff
with
cookies.
white chips.
And yes, and so the third thing we've done with this same base recipe is peanut butter.
Yeah.
And it's worked for everything.
Almost like the peanut butter as good as anything.
I do too. But I think we really like peanut butter too.
Yeah, that's true. Literally, this cookie, you could leave the cookie out of the middle. If you didn't want to fool with it. If you don't want to fool with that part, you leave the cookie out of the middle, leave the glaze completely off and just make them into balls and kind of squash them on the pan flat and bake them. I think you'd be happy because they're very good. This
is the first time that I've done the glaze, but I'm glad I did because the other two videos, I was like, I don't know. I felt like it needed something on top just to make it pretty. But now that I've done it, I love it, but
I like the glaze, yeah, but it doesn't need it.
Yeah, it doesn't need it though. So if you don't want to do that extra step, then you don't have to.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just trying to make it down to, you could even go as simple as just making the stuff and putting the crushed up cookies in the chips and be done.
And you wouldn't have to do the step part at all. Yeah.
And it would still be a really good peanut butter
Yes, very, very good. So this is a great recipe. You can do a lot with it. But like I said, I'll put the link below so you can go and visit the website. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.